Hello everybody, my name is Ryan, and in this lesson I'll be showing you how to add a favorite icon to your website. Favorite icon is completely optional. You don't have to have one if you don't want to, but it's a nice touch. You'll see that in this website here we have a little favorite icon in the tab here, and if I go for example to my bookmarks or my favorites, each site that I've added into my favorites actually has a little icon next to it, which is a nice touch. And that's where it gets its name from. Favorite icons, because it's an icon next to each and every one of your favorites. Not all sites have a favorite icon. For example, this site you can see doesn't have a favorite icon, so it's just put in a little placeholder here instead. But if I look at some of the other sites that I have, they all seem to have, most of them seem to have favorite icons. To create a favorite icon, you can do so using various software programs such as Photoshop, and then you can within Photoshop just save your icon with a .ico file extension. And typically an icon is a square, so it would be 32 by 32 pixels or 64 by 64 pixels. I think is the biggest one that's supported. Okay, so what you do is you go to this website, xiconeditor.com. There are various other websites you could also go to online which are free, but I like this particular one because you can actually design your own icon right over here and then export it out as the icon file. Alternatively, if you just clear it out, you can actually import an existing logo or something like that from your machine, and that will pull it straight in. You just select the area that you want, and there we go, it's now loaded my company logo into the editor. Then just export it and click on export your icon, and it will actually download the icon, calling it favicon.ico. This is very deliberate. All web browsers will actually recognize this by default, so without doing any coding on your site should actually display the favorite icon out of the box, assuming that this is the name that you've allocated to the file. If you've called it anything else, it's not going to work. So what we'll do is we'll just go and copy this from my downloads and paste it into my project folder. It needs to be saved into the root of the project folder. That's very important. So here we have it. And then once it's there, your website should work out of the box. So I'm going to do let me just do a live preview of the site, and you'll notice that the icon has been inserted into the tab automatically. Brackets, when doing live preview, actually runs a little web server, so that's why you've got this 127.0.0.1 here. It's running a little web server. But what happens if you surf to the file directly? Maybe you're not using the brackets editor. Well, an example of that would give us the following. I'll just surf directly to the folder, and notice now you may not get the icon. In this case I am, probably because it's cached, it's from a previous example, but normally the browser won't show this icon out of the box if you're surfing to the HTML file directly. And what you can do just as a failsafe is add in a link tag into your head section, and the link tag will have a relationship of icon, and then the href will be the name of the icon. And now we should be able to see the icon when we refresh. So just as a failsafe, or if you're finding some browsers are not showing that icon by default, it's probably a good idea just to add this into your head section to make sure it will work. And that brings us to the end of adding a favorite icon into our website.